Okay, boys and girls, we've been talking about different types of graphs the past couple of weeks. We talked about tally graphs, we talked about picture graphs, and today we're going to talk about the last type of graph that we're going to learn in first grade, which is called a bar graph. Can you say bar graph?
Bar graph.
A bar graph is a type of graph that we use to represent data, okay? Data is the numbers and information that we're given whenever we're asked a question, okay? So I want us to watch this short video, everyone's eyes on the video, and I want you to listen, okay, to show you how we're going to make a bar graph. Then I'm going to make one with you, and then we're going to do one together, and finally you will do one on your own, okay? Here we go. Listen up. Making a bar graph.
Bar graph. Main idea. I will make a bar graph. You can use a tally chart to make a bar graph. Joey asked his friends what kind of weather they liked best. Count the tally marks and fill in the totals. Make a bar graph based on the information. To make the bar graph, color one square for each tally.
Okay, so it's very simple, okay? So I'm going to show you guys in your book, this is the one I'm going to model for you, okay? It says, favorite summer activity. And I see 3 different activities you can do in the summer. What word is this? Does anyone know? Yes. Swimming. And we see a picture of someone swimming. Next, we have, what's this word with the B? Does anybody know?
Boat.
B goes B. You are correct. If I cover, what do you see a picture of? A what?
Boat.
A boat. ING goes ing, so this word is boating. See, you used your picture cues to help you figure out the word. The last, I see a child skiing, but do you think we're going to ski in the snow in summer? No, this would be water skiing, okay? So, I interviewed some friends in this hallway, some teachers, okay? And I asked them which one was their favorite activity, swimming, boating, and water skiing. Now, when you ask someone a question, they can only choose one answer, okay? All right, so I had 4 friends that chose swimming. I had 6 friends that chose boating, and I had 2 that chose water skiing. Okay, do you see that? I used tallies to represent how many people like swimming, which is how many? 4. How many people like boating? 6. And how many people liked water skiing? 2. Now, I need to color in my bar graph. Now, my bar graph, this one is going from left to right, horizontal. Some bar graphs will go from the top to the bottom, okay? But I always start from the left, okay? So it's 1 square per tally. I see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tally marks, right? That means 4 people like boating, right? So I'm going to color in 1, 2, 3, 4. I just made my bar graph for swimming, okay? Now I'm going to move on to boating. I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that liked boating. So I need to color in 6 squares to represent my bar graph. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Okay, now I need to move on to water skiing. And I see that there are 2 tallies for water skiing, so I'm only going to color in 2 squares of the bar graph. 1, 2. I have now used my tally data to make a bar graph. Now, let's look at my bar graph, okay? Which one has the most choices. Which one was the most popular, Zara? Boating was, because 6 is the biggest number. There are more squares shaded than any other sport. Good. Which one was the least favorite? That means had the smallest number. Water skiing, good. Because when we compare the 2, it doesn't go as far as 4. So we know 4 is larger than 2. And 6 is definitely larger than 2. Very good. Now I'm going to ask you a really tricky question. You ready? Do you think you can do it? Put your math hats on. Put your mathematician hats on. Put them on. Put them on. Put your math hat on. Okay. Let's think. I'm going to ask you a really hard question. How many more people liked boating than swimming? Do you want to know how to figure that out? Okay. If I said how many more people liked boating than swimming, do I care about water skiing?
No.
No, I didn't even ask about water skiing. So you know what? I'm going to X that out. Bye. I don't care. Bye. Don't care about it. I'm only looking at swimming and boating. Okay. Let's see how many have a pair. If I draw a line, these 2 both do right. They both have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many boatings do not have a pair, a partner?
4.
How many do not have a partner in boating? 2. 1, 2. So how many more people liked boating? You just said it. 2. 2 more. Zara, head up, please. Not going to tell you again, otherwise you'll have a consequence. Got it? Thank you. So, 2. So that means I saw what had partners. The ones that don't have partners means that that's how many more there are. So how many more people, Zara, chose boating over swimming? 2. All right, let's go ahead and let's make a bar graph together, which means you need to turn your packet onto page 536. Please do that right now. Turn it over. Okay? So that means, look, fold it over. There you go. Perfect. All right. Here we go. It says a bar graph. If you follow, put your pointer finger so you can follow the print. So put your pointer finger. Follow along so your eyes are on your text. This is helping you learn to read. Not on me, on the text. A bar graph uses bars to show information or data. Use the tally chart to make a bar graph. Okay, this one has been done for us. Let's look. My favorite healthy snack. I had apple, cheese, and celery. Those were the 3 options. How many people liked apples? How many people liked apples? Go across. How many tally marks are there? 2. How many people like cheese? 1. How many people like celery? 3. Now, I'm going to use that tally data to make a bar graph. So that means I need to color in 2 for apple, which we colored in. 1, 2. Only 1 for cheese. And 3 for celery. Okay. So now we have to move on. We're going to make our own. So the first thing we're going to do is this. It says, number 1, write the totals in the tally chart. Well, shapes I see is the title of my bar graph, okay? Or the tally graph here. What shape word is this?
Square.
Square, because you could use your picture cue. What does this say? Triangle. Triangle has the blend. What does this say?
Circle.
Circle. Now, let's count the tally marks. I want you to trace over the tally marks with me as we count. So get your pencil. Let's trace over the square ones. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many children saw squares?
6.
So you're going to write that under total using a digit. Okay, Now let's count and trace the number of tally marks on triangle. Are you ready? Here we go. Pencils ready? Here we go. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many liked triangles? 4. So you're going to write that digit. Okay, now let's move on to circles. We're going to trace the number of tallies we see in circles. Pencils ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many liked or saw circles? Count it. 7. So write that digit 7. Okay, we have now created our tally graph with our totals, right? So now you can put your pencil back in your pencil tray on top of your desk in your blue pencil tray. Put your pencil in the blue pencil tray, please. Thank you. You need to get out 3 crayons. Now, what I do in first grade is I do not tell you what colors you need. What I do in first grade is I want you to learn to read and pay attention. So I'm going to put the 3 crayons, colors that you need, out right now. Please get those 3 and only those 3 crayons out so we can create our bar graph. I will give you 30 seconds. Good job. Thumbs up when you have all 3 of them. Awesome possum. Here we go. Now we're going to use the tally chart to complete my bar graph. We're going to start with the square, okay? What color are we going to color the square? Blue. So get your blue crayon. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back up to square, and how many people saw the square? 6. Now, when I color my bar graph, am I going to start on the right-hand side? No, I'm going to start on the left-hand side. So you're going to color in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I want you to do is when you have colored in your 6 bars for your bar graph, thumb up so I may check it. I'm seeing some good coloring. Let's go a little bit quicker, please, okay? Good job, Julian. You may put your blue crayon back up because you will not need it anymore. Okay, let's move on to triangles. Okay, here we go. Zara, how many liked triangles? 4. So you're going to get your yellow crayon out. I do not have a yellow marker, so I'm going to use an orange, okay? That's the closest thing I have, okay? And you're going to start on the left, and you're going to learn how many bars on your bar graph? 4. So go ahead and do that. I know it's hard to see mine because my orange crayon is my orange marker is very faded. Thumb up when you are done so I can check.
I can see like colors. That's orange. That is.
Remember I said I don't have a yellow, so that's why I had to use an orange, right? Okay, let me see. Awesome possum. Good. Put your yellow up. Get your green crayon out. Let's go back up to my tally chart. How many people saw circles?
7.
7. So we're going to learn how many bars on my bar graph. 7. So start on your left. 1. Do that on your own, and then raise your hand. Put your thumb up. Good job. Please put your green crayon up. Good job. Nice coloring. Good job, Zara. Okay, let's look. Let's get our eyes back up here. Okay? All right. Which shape did the most people see? Which one had the largest number? The square, the triangle, or the circle?
The circle.
The circle. And you know that because it has more bars colored than any other two, right? Which shape was seen the least or the smallest? Which one? Zara? The triangle, because 4 is our smallest number. Now I'm going to ask you that question again. Are you ready? Let's pay attention. How many more squares were seen than triangles? Now, did I say anything about circles? No. So I'm going to just, I want to get rid of that because I don't want to look at that data. That's not what I'm asking about, okay? I want to see how many more squares there are than triangles. So what you do is you draw lines to their partner, okay? Do these two, are they partners?
Yeah.
Can they be? Yeah. What about these two?
Yeah.
Yes. What about these?
Yeah.
What about these?
Yeah.
Does this have a partner?
No.
Does this?
No.
So how many do not have a partner?
1.
Count them.
1, 2,
How many do not have a partner?
3.
Count them, Julian.
1, 2, 3.
Where are you getting the 3? How many do not have a partner?
2.
Count it, please.
1, 2.
I can't hear you.
1, 2.
2. There's nothing here colored, so I don't count it. 1, 2. So how many more squares are there than triangles?
2.
2, because 2 do not have partners. There's 2 more triangles, or 2 more squares, or I could say, head up please, I could say there are 2 fewer triangles, because that's how many do not have a partner, okay? Now, you guys will then be creating your own bar graph from a tally chart for your own work, okay? All right, so remember, bar graphs are using tally charts data to create another graph. It's all going to show the same information with the same numbers. You have to make sure the numbers are the same on both charts, okay? That's very important. You need to double check your work. All right, good job, guys, on your bar graphs.